Hey, Magical Beauties. So I was not able to go live yesterday. It was the sale day, but I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a heads up on astrology. So basically, the sun's position is very important, and the sun is coming out of a place of being very close to Saturn, which deals with control issues and how we control others and ourselves. So if you felt some maybe, emotions around control or relationships, interpersonal situations this last weekend to Monday, Tuesday of this week, that's appropriate for this time. But now we're actually moving into a lot of people's favorite times when the sun comes very close to planet Jupiter, which has to do with expansion. That means some really good news. Maybe you meet someone new, maybe you got a new job, maybe some things are opening up in your area. This is really good news and a really exciting time. So that is on the horizon as well. So moving forward, we're getting away from Saturn, we're going towards Jupiter, and we're also in the month of Capricorn. And if you know anything about Capricorns, they like to get things done. They like to make it happen, and they are really good manifestors. I also wanted to leave you guys with something that I think is really important in terms of manifestation, and it has to do with my Bible studies. So you don't have to be Christian or Catholic or even Jewish, Old Testament, right? to be able to appreciate this. So, take what you like, leave the rest behind. So the passage is in Matthew 16:25. It says, for whoever desires to save his life will lose it. But whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. For what profit is it to a man if he gains the whole world and loses his soul? I mean, okay, so when I say that, that just kind of sounds like gibberish when I just said it out loud. But what I find so significant is basically Jesus is pointing out when you go after something, let's say it's money, okay? Let's say that it's money or a certain outcome. Just being very real with you guys, since I do manifestation stuff, I'm always trying to get people away from the outcome and more towards sowing your seeds, okay? So just think about like if we were gardeners or if we were worked in agriculture, let's just say that we're planting crops, okay? You really do not get to spend a whole lot of time on the outcome. It's all about sowing the seeds, tending to the soil, making sure it's properly watered, getting enough sunlight. It's like you're so focused on the work itself and time management and making sure that everything is happening the way that it's supposed to. But I think in life, it's more like, let's just throw spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks, right? Just there we go. Like, let's hope if I just like throw a bunch of energy towards my goal-ish, not sure what it is, it'll just stick. And I say that because so many times I ask people, like, if they'll call me and they'll say, I'm looking for a relationship or I'm looking for a new job, I'll say, okay, what's your goal specifically? What type of a relationship do you want? What type of a person do you want? What type of a job do you want? What blah, 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 blah. And they don't know, right? So sometimes they don't even know what their true goal is. And that's the whole idea of just throwing spaghetti at a wall and seeing what sticks. And so what I love about this passage and what Jesus says is whoever, and he's talking about saving lives, okay? So if you try to save your own life, you'll basically lose me. Or if you try to save your life, you'll lose it. But if you lose your life in me, you'll actually get a much better life than you were expecting. So how can we apply this to our manifestations and towards, having a closer connection to spirit, God, universe, whatever your concept of God is, okay? So this isn't just about Jesus. It's your personal relationship to a higher power, whatever that is for you, goddess, whatever, okay? But I just really liked that passage because it's so true. The best things in my life I was led to rather than I made it happen. And I can tell you all, I have tried to live an extraordinary life. My idea of that was becoming an actress and thinking that was going to be such an extraordinary life, so glamorous, so spectacular, and it wasn't. It wasn't. So my plan was to make my life extraordinary, and when I went into acting, I ended up losing some of the things about me that are actually extraordinary and things about my life that are extraordinary. So after that, I end up doing this. I'm, like a psychic life coach, documentaries. And from an outsider's perspective, that's a lot more. So I think just think about that. If you're trying to maybe have the most amazing relationship, right? And you're trying to define that for yourself, and you're setting that goal of like, I'm going to find the perfect partner, so I'll have the perfect relationship. Instead of maybe going at it that way, could you allow your higher power, whether that's universe, spirit, God, whatever deities that you believe in, whatever your concept is of a higher power, can you maybe surrender your will, which means your plans for theirs, and say, okay, I've made my plans. If it's not working, we're going to set those aside and we're going to see where my higher power leads me. Now, I would encourage everyone to do that all the time, no matter what. But sometimes we have to do it just one little baby step at a time. Like, I'm going to let my higher power decide my hair color, or I'm going to allow my higher power to lead me today, right? And the decisions that I make and the things that I do. So again, there is something very exciting about being led rather than leading the situation. And this goes really great with that Saturn aspect that we had, because when someone has a lot of Saturn, they have a lot of control issues, and they're just trying to control the situation and just trying to make things happen. And it is so freaking exhausting. I cannot tell you how exhausting that lifestyle is. So chill out. You don't have to do everything. You can be led, and life is a lot easier, a lot more extraordinary, and a lot more fun. I love you guys so much. Have an amazing Wednesday. I will probably go live tomorrow. If not, I'll go Friday, and I'll let you know when it happens, okay? Love you guys so much.